This is the story of the conflict between human and divine law, between a young woman who insists on following the laws of the gods and giving funeral rites to her brother, and the king who insists that his authority is greater than that of the gods.
But the story begins long before the events presented in the play, when Oedipus, king of Thebes, discovers that, though no fault of his own, has killed his father and married his mother. In despair, he put his eyes out and left Thebes, while his wife and mother, Jocasta, killed herself.
Meanwhile, in Thebes, Oedipus, two sons Eteocles and Polynices, agreed to alternate years being king. When Eteocles, after his year as king, refused to give up power to his brother, Polynices raised a foreign army and attacked. The Thebans won, but both brothers were killed, leaving their uncle Creon in power.
Once in power, Creon had to restore order. In his eyes, Polynices was an enemy of Thebes and must be denied burial. This punishment defies one of the holiest laws in all of Greece. All Greeks must have certain burial rites performed. If they are not, their soul is doomed to eternal unrest.
The setting is in front of the royal palace of Thebes on the day after the battle in which both brothers have been killed.
Unhappiness, calamity, disgrace, and dishonor is fallen upon us. Our brothers are dead, and now King Creon has issued a proclamation to all the city. Do you know what outrage threatens on those we love?
Antigone, I've had nothing. Nothing since our two brothers were killed in battle.
I sensed as much. That is why I have brought you outside the palace to tell you secretly.
Antigone, what is it? Some dark shadows upon you.
It concerns our brother's burial. King Creon has ordained that Eteocles shall be entombed with every solemn rite and ceremony to do him honor. But King Creon has ordered that none shall bury Polynices or mourn for him. He must be left alive, unwept and unburied, for hungry birds of prey to soup and feast on his poor body. He who disobeys King Creon shall be put to death. Will you join hands with me and share my task?
What dangerous enterprise have you in mind?
For his body, will you join me?
Would you dare drag him against Creon's law?
I will bury my brother, and no one shall say I failed.
You are too bold. King Creon has forbidden it.
He has no right to keep me from burying my own brother.
Antigone, please remember that we are but women, and not made to fight with men. I yield to those who have the authority.
I will not attempt to convince you, but I shall bury him. If I have to die for his pure crime, I'm content, for I shall rest beside him.
I fear for you. I tremble for your life.
Look to yourself, but do not fear for me.
But what you intend to do is impossible.
When my strength fails me, then shall I cease.
But why attempt this hopeless task at all?
I will face the danger that so dismays you, for it cannot be so dreadful as to die a coward's death.
Then go if you must. Your task is senseless and blind folly. But remember, I love you dearly, Sister Antigone.
Here comes Creon, the new king of Thebes. Why has he called this gathering?
By royal edict, I have summoned you here. Upon a single day, two brothers, Eteocles and Polynices, killed each other. Of the two brothers who died in battle, I proclaim that Eteocles, who fought gloriously for his country, shall be entombed with every grace and honor. But Polynices, who returned from exile to fight against us, shall be left unburied until the birds of the air and the dogs have picked his bones. Such is my will.
Such is your will, my lord.
Look to it then and see that you defend the law now made. I have appointed guards to watch the unburied body.
What further orders do you lay on us?
That you resist whoever disobeys.
None are so foolish as to long for death.
Death is indeed the price.
Creon, my king! I'm out of breath with running. I'm here to tell you all. It may be nothing, still I'll tell you. I can suffer nothing more than what is my fate.
Is your news unpleasant?
Aye, and fear makes a man pause long.
Make an end to it. Tell your story and be gone.
The unburied body of Polynices has been sprinkled with dust and with sacred rites.
What man has dared a deed so rash?
I know not. There was no sign of digging. The earth was hard and dry and unstirred. There was no track of chariot wheels. Who did the deed left no trace at all.
Perhaps this deed was ordered by the gods.
Silence! Cease your chatter, my wrath will fall upon you. I speak to you plainly, confirming with this oath. Unless you find the author of this burial rite, you should be hanged alive and should spit forth the doer of this crime.
I am not the one who did it.
Then bring forth the man who did.
May the gods grant that he be found.
The wonders of the world are none so wonderful as man, full of resource against all that comes to him as man. Against death alone is he left with no defense.
What strange sight is this? I doubt my eyes.
Antigone, Antigone, what have you done? Unlucky daughter and unlucky father, it cannot be you who has disobeyed King Creon.
caught her in the act of burying her brother. Where is King Creon?
Back from the palace in good time he comes.
Why did you bring this girl? Where was she taken?
Burying her brother. We captured her.
Is this the truth?
I saw her burying the body you had forbidden to be touched. Is that distinctly clear?
Speak, are these accusations true or false?
I admit to all, I do not deny it.
Sentinel, you may go. But tell me, let your speech be brief. Had you not heard my edict forbidding such a deed?
It was not Zeus who issued this decree, nor do I believe that you, Creon, a man, may override the laws of heaven.
Antigone shows her father's temperament, fierce and defiant. She will not yield to any storm.
This girl is insolent and boasts of what she did. Even though she is my niece, she shall not escape the daughter's penalty, and neither shall her sister.
Would you simply take and kill me?
I desire no more.
Why do you delight? I have no pleasure in hearing you speak. What greater glory could I present it to the heavens than to bury a brother?
You're the only one to think so.
The people think as I do, but hold their breath for fear of you.
You wandered a traitor.
It was a brother who died, not a slave.
Down then to death. No woman while I live shall master me.
See, here comes his maiden.
You, lurking like a serpent in my house, draining my blood, do you confess you took part in this burial?
I share the blame and do not shrink.
No, justice forbids your claim. You refused, and I gave no part of it.
I'm glad to share your danger at your side.
I love not those who love in words alone.
Sister, let me spill my blood with yours.
Leave me to die alone. Remember, you will not help me. You cannot claim as yours what you rejected.
What joy have I to live when you have gone?
Ask Creon. It was Creon whom you cared for.
Almighty Creon, Antigone is Haman's bride. How could you take her from him?
It is not I, but death, that stops this wedding.
It seems then, O Creon, that you are resolved that she must die.
Delay no more. Take them away.
Right happy are those who have never known disaster.
See, here comes Haman, your son.
Do you come in anger, Haman, or are you still my loyal son, whatever I may do?
Father, I am your son, and may your wise judgment rule me.
In all things be guided by your father. All men pray they'll have obedient children. So think this woman Antigone your enemy and spit on her. There's no greater curse than disobedience. This brings destruction upon a city.
Father, it is the gods who give us wisdom, but it is my duty as your son to report to you that the people of the city mourn this girl, and they are saying that she does not deserve death for burying her brother. They say she deserves a crown of gold. Father, the man who thinks that he alone is wise is often proven to be empty. There's no disgrace in learning more and knowing when to yield, even if one is a king.
O king, your son has not spoken foolishly. You can learn wisdom from another.
I, king of Thebes, should take a lesson from a boy?
Think not my age, but only what should be done.
To honor disobedience, is that what should be done?
This is not government, but tyranny.
Villain, do you oppose your father's will?
Only because you are opposing
You
justice.
shall be sorry for this talk. Bring out the loathsome creature named Antigone, that abhorrence, that she may die before Haman's very eyes.
You shall, from shall not look again upon my face.
He is God, my lord. Are you prepared to destroy both sisters?
Not as many, for she has not sinned against me.
What of the other? How will she be slain?
Into a deserted cave she'll be thrust. The dead let her pray for death.
Behold, they bring Antigone here. We cannot keep back our tears, which rise like a flood.
Unwept and unfriendly, they drag me to death. Never again shall I see the sun in the heavens.
Enough of this. Enter her to prison as I command. She shall dwell no more among the living.
Behold, Tiresias, blind but seeing all men, enters our land.
My lord, I bring you Tiresias, the blind prophet.
My lord, king of Thebes,
What tidings, old Tiresias, do you bring?
hear then the prophet.
You will do well to listen, son.
Have I ever from his wisdom swerved?
You now tread the razor's edge.
Your words make me shudder. Speak more.
Before sun has set, you will give a child of your own body to make amends for murder. The gods are aroused against you. Not many hours will pass before your house moves loudly with lamentations.
Hatred for you is moving in a city. You must heed the prophet's words.
These are the arrows that I launch at you. Leave that you may vent rage on your men, that you may learn to keep a tongue more temperate and find more understanding within yourself.
You have spoken, Tiresias. You must come away now for a time. Vent his rage on you.
Every prophecy he has spoken has been fulfilled.
Yes, this I know, and I am perplexed.
O mighty Creon, listen to his advice. advice.
Advise me and I will listen. What shall I do?
Release Antigone from her cave of death and lay the unburied Polynices in a tomb.
You would have me yield?
We would, and quickly. The gods are ready to punish the foolishness of men.
How hard it is to yield, and yet I cannot fight against necessity. Yes, I will yield.
Quickly, go then and do it. Leave not this task to others.
I must make haste and release Antigone from her cave of death.
Listen, you people of Thebes.
All is lost. Nothing is firm. You have no happiness.
What is the weight of this heavy news you bring?
I bring you death.
Death? Who is dead?
Haman is dead.
Slain by his father's hand and by his own?
He killed himself.
O Tiresias, how your prophecy comes true.
But what of Eurydice, the queen? Has she heard about her son?
Citizens of Thebes, I heard you talking as you left the palace to pray.
My lady.
As I was passing the gate, I heard someone speaking of bad news about my family. Tell the news again. I will listen. I am no stranger to misfortune.
Dear lady, I'll speak the truth of what I saw.
The truth is always best.
I went with Creon up the hill to where Polynices' body still lay, and we gave it a holy washing. We prayed to the gods that they'd restrain their anger and be merciful.
It is right that you did that. Polynices was of royal blood. It was wrong to deny him burial rights. May the undying gods be merciful.
That is not all, my lady.
Go on.
From the cave, we heard a shrill lament. We rushed to the cave and saw the body of Antigone hanging in death. Stripped from her dress, has served as robe.
Poor child, she did no wrong, and now she is the bride of death.
Antigone was not alone in that cave of death.
What more?
Haman was there too. In the sorrow of his bride's death, we saw him lean into a sword and drive half the length into his body. Hanging on to a slender thread of life, he embraced Antigone, spilling his royal blood upon her. Dead with the dead he lies.
What can we think of this? The queen without a word has gone hence.
It is strange.
I know not what she intends, but her silence seems perilous.
It is most unnatural. I'll follow her.
Look, Creon comes.
Behold, you people of Thebes, the slayer of his very own son. My own stubborn ways have borne bitter fruit. My son is dead. Haman torn from me so young. The fault was mine.
Oh, how late you discern the truth.
O king, pour sorrow upon your head. Within your house a second store of misery confronts you.
What? More? What worse evil yet remains?
Queen Eurydice, your wife, and true mother of Haman, is dead. In grief she plunged a blade into her heart.
In one fell swoop, my son and my wife. O gods, are you merciless? Where will it end? What else can fate hold in store for me? Is there no one here who with one deadly thrust will end my life? My grief crushes me.
The queen cursed you as she died.
The guilt of slaying my wife and my son is mine alone. Even though I touched them not, I killed them both. Come night with no dawn, I pray for death.
Then pray no more. You cannot escape the sufferings decreed by the gods.
I know not which way to look. All things are crooked that I handle. My life has become intolerable.